What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Prospect eSports Showdown, GOATS Season 2. We are going to be watching the semifinals match between CC Vortex and Backseat Gaming. Should be very interesting. Here hosting for you guys, I am Lord Thethan, joined tonight in the booth by Platypig. Platypig, how are you doing?
I'm doing just great. How about you?
I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to some good Overwatch. I've reminisced many times now on this channel that Goats is one of my old favorite compositions. Maybe easy to look at it like that through rose-colored glasses. Blast from the past there. But um, tell me a little bit about this matchup that we're going to be going into, because there's some curious things about it.
Well, we've got our seed 1 team going against our seed 4, and if whichever one loses is just knocked out. No second chance. This is it. So whoever's going to this is going into the finals. And the finals isn't going to be easy either.
Yeah, especially like you said, we got our number 1 seed versus number 4. CC Vortex, of course, being at the top. Anyone watching is definitely no strangers to how well they've played over the duration of the tournament, and they're definitely the favorites going into this match. My question is, is Backseat Gaming going to be able to pull the edge over them, or maybe even just take a map or two away, extend the lifespan of this particular series a little bit longer? But like you said, it's win or lose at this point. And honestly, I think CC Vortex definitely has a good shot at winning this, and probably the tournament as a whole as well.
Yes, I agree. But I do think Backseat has a very good chance if they can do like basically one thing, which is work synergistically together. We've seen CC Vortex do it since day one. If they can match that synergy, make sure every cooldown, every ultimate, every primary fire they use is with a purpose and together, I think they might be able to pull off this, upset, really.
Yeah, oh, it would certainly be an upset because, again, for CC Vortex, who, correct me if I'm wrong here, Platypig, they have not dropped a single map for the tournament, right?
No, CC Vortex has not lost any map. They've drawn one map, but
Oh,
won pretty much every other.
okay, gotcha. So, I mean, if they and it looks like we've got both teams that are ready to go. We'll be heading into Lijiang Tower, our first control point map. Um, for CC Vortex, for them to lose this game, that would be upsetting, especially again for how well that they've played so far. So that all being said, we'll be heading into our first map here, Lijiang Tower, starting on Control Center. We'll no question about the comps that we're going to be seeing as the lobby begins to get set up. There we go. Goats comp on both sides. Are we going to see any Goats variants on either side? Do you think that we're going to see Double Shield, Sigma Orisa, Moira, Bap, Lucio? Any oddballs you think that we'll be watching tonight?
I don't think too much. I haven't really seen much out of CC Vortex other than pretty textbook stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe swapping here or there a little bit, but I mean they have never been, countered to need to swap really. And Backseat Gaming, I know they started off the season running more Moira, that sort of goats, but they've been transitioning more to a very standard, your classic goats.
Yeah, kind of fighting for the utility that Lucio Zen and I hesitate to call Rally Armor utility, but the utility that Brig can provide as well. This is interesting, though, what we're seeing from CC Vortex, and they were trolling us. Mathelite ends up opting for the Rhine, and Fern goes back to the Diva. So, mirrored comps from both sides. Who's going to win this first fight?
Well, CC Vortex gets there way ahead with that speed.
Yeah, so they're going to be able to control this white room here first. Levada actually goes down really quickly, and the rest of Backseat Gaming are going to fall shortly afterwards. Oh, look at Grotless gets caught in the pin, and Chance is going to find Dino Seal out. Demect before they can even get to the spawn doors. Ansolf is going to have to, reset, and that's a quick first fight here for CC Vortex. They're going to have to put someone on the point here. It looks like it'll be Mathelite.
Yeah, with how quick that went down, you can kind of see the difference between the supports. Like, the Brigs both had, at least at the end of the fight, pretty equal ult charge. Backseat Gaming Zen was down, and Crowless was down a lot too, comparatively.
Oh,
But
and there's the
now they're... Yeah, now the all support's going down. It's not looking great because they don't have too much to sustain themselves against a full 6 on still alive on CC Vortex.
No, yeah, you're totally right. Because no Team Chat and Ansel were fighting valiantly in that white room in the latter stages of that last fight. But like you said, just with no sustain, there's no chance of them really making a positive impact. And now we've got ultimates going in to this next fight for CC Vortex.
But the silver lining here, though, is that Backseat Gaming has pretty much Grav and Shatter, but CC Vortex does not have either.
Ooh, there
Shatter
goes
does not have...
Yeah, it doesn't
Oh,
connect.
the grab is large.
But the grab is big, yeah, and it's going to find Mathlete and Fern, too. So it looks like Backseat Gaming has a competitive edge in this fight, especially Lubada going crazy, securing 2 final blows in that fight, goes in for the charge, misses Demonetize, but gets booped into Chance. Graviton's Surge comes out from Demonetize, though, looking for the picks, but the particle barriers are there from no Team Chat. Bomb is going to come out after the Shatter drops down from Mathlete. The Transcendence from Dino Seal is going to keep Backseat in this fight. Another Shatter onto a Demect. Fern isn't really going to get the value, and Fern is now in the backlines. Protect Dino Seal, don't let him die! They got Fern, so Backseat Gaming managed to capture first point, or capture the point and start building progress.
Yeah, I do really like that re-engage from Mathlete there. Even though the fight was lost, he drew out 3 ultimates after the fight was pretty much won for Backseat.
Yeah.
With just that one big shatter.
And now we've got Rally Armor that's stacking onto the collective health pool here for Backseat Gaming. It's going to force a rotation from CC Vortex, opting for this close corridors battle here, but they might actually rotate back towards main. Lubada is going to go in for the pin, finds Fern, but doesn't do enough damage, only takes out that armor HP. Dino Seal goes out of the fight too, so the damage amplification is gone from the side of Backseat, but the beat is there. Crowless encouraging the team to push in with the additional armor HP is going to, did that Shatter get blocked?
I believe Lubada was able to hit that Shatter down, but that trans basically saved him, and they were able to just kind of play passive and just re-engage right away.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. It looked like Backseat was going to win another fight there. And the cool thing now is I think they've got some staggers from CC Vortex, so they might be able to re-engage without having to fight for this initial choke first, too.
Yeah.
Ansel's armed with the bomb here, but the rally armor is going to be applied from TARDIS. Chance also has the sound barrier. The Shatter comes out from Mathlete, but it isn't able to go through. That's going to be signal to rally here from Coevalent as well. Beat is going to finally drop from Chance, and the Transcendence expended from Dino Seal, really just in the interest of winning this fight. It's last fight territory, but I think that they needed the transfer, the grab that came in from Demonetize. The bomb will find Fern, though, who's Demect, and looks like it's just going to be Chance, but Mathlete connects to the objective. Demonetize has to be taken out of the fight before they can get Crotalus out of the objective. Yeah, they do find him, so the manpower here for Backseat Gaming is suffering until it's only Dino Seal left. And Ansel has to connect, but is discorded. Demect. Looks like we might be able to get no Team Chat to touch, but they're going to get thwarted off, pushed back by Demonetize. They're not going to be able to connect. That's going to be the end of our first round.
Wow. That was kind of insane. After Mathlete went down there, I thought they just fully lost that. But
yeah,
that beat was a little, in my opinion, I would have thought that was hoping for a lot, but a lot came out, and they managed to take that. Kind of just pummeling damage into the enemy team.
Well, yeah, because when you've got that additional shield HP, that barrier health, then I mean, you can just use that and convert it into space created. All of these resources, especially in the Ghost comp, being proportional. Chance had a really good beat drop there. What wasn't so good for me was Dino Seal's Transcendence, which I think just came a little bit too early, and it didn't really come to at expense of space. But now we're gonna have Dino Seal and the Ana. Perhaps a hero they're more comfortable with. They're gonna have to land these anti-nades and play around Fern's defensive matrix.
Yeah. I do think with the Ghost comp, less so now that Ana's back in, but before they didn't have as much sustainability in their heal for both teams, meaning that beat, just buying them that time, even though it goes away, just means that all the supports can use their cooldowns later and just give more sustainability and length to the fight.
Yeah. And talking about sustain, Coevalent kind of falling off the ledge there. I think that they got booped, but didn't show up as a kill credit in the kill feed.
Yeah.
The fight was over pretty much from that moment. We still had Backseat kind of fighting for that ultimate charge, and they'll have a couple of ultimates coming up soon as well, right?
Yes. I think that's both shatters are going to be up pretty quick. I think this fight is going to be decided on if one of these Zaryas can make up what they need to for their grab and get it off.
The purple goes on to Mathlete, but it's not really enough to compensate for Coevalent's absence from the team. Demonetize is going to come through, cutting through the formation and lobbing the grab onto no team chat. They're gonna solo grab him and get him out of the fight. It's gonna push Labata back into the spawn, and now to contest this this first choke, Backseat's gonna have to fight through some space and rally armor. This is going to be interesting. Graviton Surge is going to be lobbed on the wall. Traps two supports and the bomb as well coming out from Ansel. Oh no, coming out from Fern was too high. Wasn't able to find anything. But Mathlete is taken out, so now it's time to push here from Backseat Gaming. Transcendence is going to keep them alive. CC Vortex taking back the bridge off the back of damage from Demonetized, and also a bonk, if you will, from Tardis. Another fight resolves in the favor of CC Vortex, and I mean, every little percent that builds up, we're inching closer and closer into last fight territory.
Exactly. The ultimate rotations from CC Vortex is immaculate. I mean, they already have another grab, and again, it's going on to no team chat. It's gonna get focused down. Still survive from that rally armor, though.
Yeah, and the shatter came out from Mathlete too, and I don't think it connected to anything. Ansel's bomb isn't too high. It's actually going to get Chance out, which is not too bad, because Chance had already expended the barrier. Libata goes in for the counter pin, does find out to Mathlete, who collapses as a result. Ansel is on the objective, is able to capture. So now you've just got Fern fighting, no team chat in the back, is going to lob the bomb. Hopefully it's blocked, no kills, no! Crotalus actually goes down to the bomb from Fern, but they're going to be able to recontest or come back really quickly as well. Looks like Chance is 1v1ing Coevalent. Coevalent wins that engagement there, and the Nano's going to be applied onto Libata, who goes in swinging the hammer, but has to be careful because the Discord drops the shatter into a shield. Mathlete blocks it with just pristine dexterity there, and the forces of CC Vortex are, compared to their aggression when they had control of the objective, is going to temper here. Transcendence in response to the Graviton Surge from no team chat is not going to prevent the tanks for... Oh, what? Fern gets 2 remet kills onto 2 supports. Crotalus and Dino Seal both collapsed. Crotalus who had expended the feat, and no team chat gets bonked off and then finished by Fern. Anself is going to drop the bomb onto Chance, who collapses. Kind of not fun to be Chance right now, I guess. And Mathlete will be able to connect to the objective, but drops the shatter. Yup, and there we go, 3 down. The only 3 members who were on the objective for Backseat Gaming. Looks like Libata is going to have to come in, but they're going to have to play into so much damage coming onto them, and they won't be able to live long. 99%, and Backseat Gaming couldn't have afforded to lose this. The overtime wick starts ticking down, 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 and also going down is no team chat caught in the grab, and that's our first map. CC Vortex coming out on top with a lead in this 1st to 4 series. All of our finals and playoff matches are going to be the first team to 4. So already they've got some good momentum going into the series.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of insane what CC Vortex is able to do here. Even when they've lost a fight, they can still win it. There's nothing isn't winnable for them. Really, their ultimate rotations are always there. They're rarely overulting. Like, even when they do overult, then they can use it to capitalize. Like, it's pretty insane what they're able to do.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They start some of these fights with a man disadvantage and then are able to quickly compensate for it with either just a regular ability, one of the bonks, the whip shots. I like to call them bonks from Tardis on the Brig, or as we saw there, Red Battle Axe's Transcendence, and we know that Red Battle Axe really plays a great Zenyatta. So that being said, Backseat Gaming now has the opportunity to decide the next map. We'll be heading into Assault. And is there any one of the 3 maps that you would rather see played?
I'm not totally sure, but all 3 of them are so snowbally that I feel like CC Vortex, once they get one ult, they're taking a mile from it, and then they just keep going.
Yeah. I think that you're right, especially on 2CP where it's so easy to get some really good momentum. Certainly, we might see the coordination of Backseat Gaming seriously tested here. We'll be heading into Hanamura. Honestly, I was hoping a little bit for Anubis, but I'll settle for Hanamura. I like this map.
Yeah, I think Hanamura also. I'm not positive on the numbers, but I think it's one of the longer walks from first to second point, and especially if they want to take that high ground. So it means that there are more time to kind of uh, reset and help make sure they can stop the snowball if they just instantly get capped on first for backseat if they're on defense first. Or
Hmm.
but it's
I,
really two
I,
CP is just such a snowbally mode.
Yes. CC Vortex will actually be starting here on the defense. So Backseat Gaming, it's a good opportunity for CC Vortex to kind of see what the strategy here is for the attacking Backseat Gaming squad. But also we might see Backseat Gaming be able to use the initial attack as a way to get some momentum going into this. I tell a lot of my teams, imagine not capturing both points of 2CP in 2021 compared to 2016 when it felt impossible when the game first launched. And so again, Backseat Gaming, they might be able to take both points with a little bit of a time bank and then use that to kind of pad their defense. But again, they're going to have to win a couple of fights and take both objectives in order to do that. And for however straightforward taking first point might be, it's gonna complicate second to the nth degree.
Exactly. I also think that the CC Vortex team, you can tell that each individual player is just so skilled at their role. I mean, they they have they've kind of mastered what a lot of very notable teams like the Shanghai Dragons and San Francisco Shock have been known for, of being able to just, even if you're down one, you micro disengage and then you can go in on a re-engage at the first mistake that comes out, and
Yeah.
they're able to win these fights just using that. It's kind of crazy.
A really big testament to individual skill level, like you mentioned, and also coordination here. As the first fight is going to break out, Mathlete actually gets purpled by Dinoseal, who is again on the Ana. This looks like a comfort pick, possibly, and it looks like it's working out as we have Libata charge onto the objective. Looks like they might be able to begin it securing progress, but Dinoseal collapses, which means it's only the Lucio and Zen healing here for Backseat squad. Demonetized finds 3 out of the fight, is already 60% to the grab, and off the back of the Discord orbs from Red Battle Axe, this fight actually might be lost here for Backseat Gaming as Ansel gets
so.
demeched.
I think honestly, especially with how quick Goats works and everything, I think when your Ryan charges in, I think it was the right play. I think you just gotta speed in. Everyone, doesn't matter if you're entering, get to the point, fight. Like,
Yeah.
people just got caught out because not everyone was able to go in with that same aggression and weren't matching their Reinhardt.
I don't know, actually. Yeah, you're right. If Crotalus had the amp for speed, we are going to have a quick recontest of the objective here, but, we're going to need our supports to stay alive. Part of that is going to come out from the Transcendence from Coevelin and from Red Battle Axe as well. It's not going to save Tardis from getting pinned by Libata. However, Mathlete finds Dinoseal out, and Fern takes out Coevelin as well. So Backseat Gaming struggling here with a man disadvantage. The Grab and the Shatter are both going to come out. One from Demonetize and one from Libata, though. And so that's going to be another reset with 2.5 minutes in the bank.
I do really like the swap to have Coevelin on that Zen. He's very good at it, and I mean, he matched the Transcendence with Red Battle Axe. He had it at the same time, which, I mean, having that ult disadvantage of the supports is big. Oh, and that...
Mathlete was just hiding there. He's going to pay the ultimate price for the aggression, but manages to make a serious play out of it, and it looks like Fern is going to see if they can catch no team chat out. They managed to take off a little bit of that shield HP, but no harm done. No team chat is going to be coming into this next fight with a grab, too.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to see the beat come out for that, but that means that they have no support ults left for CC Vortex, so I'm not sure what we're going to do here. Tardis is staying behind there with a split, but didn't seem to get too much out of that.
Well, and the early beat does come out from Chance as well. Looks like it's not really going to hurt CC Vortex here. Fern securing one with the bomb. No team chat going down there, and Crotalus getting killed by the remet kill. That's 2 for Fern now. Actually, that's 4 for
3.
Fern.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
oh.
because they got the double kill. I have terrible memory, so I'm gonna need chat to keep track of how many remet kills we get from Fern here. A Graviton Surge lobbed onto the gate itself, raising the members of Backseat into the air, but TARDIS goes down, armed with a rally as well. We're counting on Red Battle Axe to have the Transcendence here to mitigate the damage being done by Backseat Gaming, and there's only 50 seconds remaining in the time bank as well, so Backseat needs to win this engagement. Fern Antied is going to climb onto the rafters of the first objective and take some damage from Ansel before Ansel turns their attention away back towards the point. With Red Battle Axe collapsing off the objective, it looks like this is a fight win for Backseat Gaming.
Looks like they might be CC Vortex might be looking for the re-engage. They've almost got their Rhine back. Zar's not too far behind them. That Lucio, they could stall for a long time. Chance has been very good at just getting around and being slippery.
Yeah, unfortunately not slippery enough to get away from Dinosil's Ana, and now they're going to capture the objective. I was actually looking at that, and as I'm listening to you talk about how we might see a recontest, I'm looking at TARDIS in the rally, wondering if it's going to be afforded for the capture of that first point, or for the retake of that first point. The rally will come out from TARDIS now, and the beat and response from Crotalus, as well as the bomb from Ansel. Ansel won't connect the bomb to anyone, but Mathley goes down amidst a purple from Dinosil. And look at that, 1 by 1, CC Vortex is actually just being kind of dismantled here by Backseat Gaming. Fern does find Libada, but TARDIS gets taken out by a boot kill. Bomb is going to be dropped here by Fern. It finds Coevalent, and Dinoseal's gone down as well. Mathley recontests the objective with Chance. That's plenty of sustain and heals, and Fern is going to be backing up the damage here. It's only Ansel, Ansel, no team chat, actually goes down to Chance and Crotalus here on the Lucio. So it will be a reset. That's unfortunate. I thought Backseat might have had that, or might have been able to at least take a tick.
Yeah, that respawn advantage really came in for CC Vortex there, because they kind of traded over and over again, but because they were way faster, they could not keep up, especially losing that main source of heals right away.
Yeah.
Backbeat.
There's Ansel coming back from spawn, right? Okay, yeah, and is armed with a bomb. We have both tank ults, pretty much for both sides coming up, but 2 support ultimates for CC Vortex. So we're definitely not going to see the squad stack them up there. I'm looking at Caster's Curse this a little bit, but it's only the Transcendence spared in spite of the grab from no team chat. Look at the Shatter from Mathley. Ends up finding only no team chat. So Chance and TARDIS have both gone down. Bomb is going to come out from Fern, looking to secure a kill. It finds Dinoseal, and the grab from Demonetized is going to trap Libada. Libada's critical HP, but the bomb from Ansel is going to clear the objective. Almost captured, 1 tick of progress, but the beat comes out from Chance to keep CC Vortex in this fight and keep the tick in their favor. Coevalent is going to get charged and taken out by TARDIS. Red Battle Axe finds Libada. Here goes the point presence and the sustain as Ansel is demeched, and it looks like no team chat is going to be on the run here. Another fight win for CC Vortex. Another, well, no tick for Backseat.
Yeah, I think I'm not. Mathlete does such a good job at just like basically being like the best tank he can, just absorbing all of the focus from Backseat, which is, I mean, that's allowed Fern to get those remake kills, is because they're all focusing on Mathlete. He's taking all of their aggression, and Fern's able to punish it because Mathlete's just drawing it all out.
Yeah, it's like playing the Wrecking Ball, right? You roll in, you take all the cooldowns, all the CC, and then the defending team has no resources. But here we have resources. The Trans and the Rally coming out, stacked with Rally armor. It's gonna, the block is actually gonna come out onto Libada's Shatter, and the counter Shatter from Mathlete is big, despite the grab from no team chat. This is another fight win for CC Vortex, and there's only 10 seconds. Red Battle Axe, 3 kills in the kill feed for them, including a melee finish onto Coevalent, and this is going to be it for the attack for Backseat.
Yeah, that Shatter was just the final nail. But with all those fights before, I think it was pretty clear what was going to happen here. They just have so much damage and so much sustain throughout the fights that they're just outclassing Backseat Gaming.
Yeah, they're also able to equalize these man disadvantages, whether it's in the point presence that Mathlete offers, the damage that Fern can deal on the Diva, demonetize quick building of these Graviton Surges or the Discords. And well, I mean, I could go on for I could go on for all six of them about the things that we saw done really well there. For Backseat, though, honestly, that was a tough those were tough engagements that they took. And honestly, a few of them, I really thought that Backseat should have won it. I think one of those late team fights, Coevalent ended up getting separated. So, playing too far apart, it definitely hurt Backseat Gaming in one or two of these fights. But for the most part, they've been playing pretty close together. They've been opting for different styles of pathing. We haven't seen them try to fight for the high ground every single time. They peppered in some main pushes and some rotation. So honestly, against CC Vortex, I think Backseat is playing really well. And the longer this series goes on, the better of a shot that they have of taking a map or taking the series.
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to be off the back of Libata and Coevalent. They're matching their counterparts for ult charge almost exactly, but
Yeah.
the team as a whole just cannot beat the ultimates.
Oh man, and Libata is gonna take the Discord, but does find the pin onto Fern, who gets demeched as a result. But the supports for CC Vortex are letting up the kill feed. Tardis and Red Battle Axe find two out of the fight. We get the stun onto Dino Seal, might not live. Yeah, gets bonked out of existence there. And look, Chance is looking to take the 1v1 against Coevalent. I think they're gonna win that as well with the mobility and the sustain that they have on the point, as well as the fact that Coevalent is only half HP and is gonna be playing into a
Oh,
remake.
he's gonna get remixed!
Oh, Chance finds the final blow. The comms for CC Vortex right now are Fern saying, "Why did you take that from me? I would have been at 5 now." Unfortunately, Fern is robbed of the chance for a remake from Chance. I'm sorry, you guys can Twitter cancel me now. And that's going to be a quick first take. 6 minutes, and Backseat has to full hold.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
And what is this? Okay, I was looking to see, are they doing some kind of split push? What is Mathlete doing?
I
He's gonna
cannot.
try and
Yeah.
oh. Wait,
Oh,
how did?
oh
Oh,
no,
okay.
Backseat is not ready for this.
No, they certainly aren't. They're holding the high ground, but they're going to have to drop onto the objective, and that's going to open them up for damage from Demonetize. We do get a quick drop, but Coevalent has already fallen to Fern, taking the stairs and just taking them out. Tardis ends up getting charged by Libata, but in the absence of a shield, Mathlete was free to shatter. Transcendence is going to come out from Red Battle Axe. There's no worries about sustaining too much damage here, and with that, CC Vortex takes our next map, leading the series 2-0.
I mean, it doesn't even matter if they can match them on an individual level. That play, like just having that idea, that's where you can just tell just how much of a difference they make. And
Yeah.
why they are the #1 seed that haven't lost a single map.
This is really interesting to me as well, and I think that we get to see a little bit of this every time we see CC Vortex. Oh goodness, play is that they also are so prepared to capitalize off of each other. You have Mathlete coming out with some of these insane plays. To me, it's almost reminiscent of Bumper of the former Vancouver Titans, and the reason that these strategies are working is because the entire rest of the team is there to back them up. So really good performance from CC. We don't really expect anything else here on the broadcast, so we'll just have to see if Backseat can continue to have some good fights and maybe get a little bit of an edge in some of these. So now we'll be heading into our third map. That's going to be our escort map, and we'll be looking at Blizzard World, Numbani, or Kings Row. Do you think that Backseat is going to opt for Kings Row?
I think they definitely are gonna go for Kings Row. I mean, it's classic. I'm Most of the players I know love Kings Row. It's ranked one of the highest liked maps by every of the Overwatch community. Everyone will want Kings Row.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I don't think that I want to see Numbani. I wouldn't complain too much about Blizzard World. I think that actually in one of our early series for the GOATS tournament broadcast, we actually did get to see some Blizzard World played instead of Kings Row. So I wouldn't mind seeing some Blizzard World again. CC Vortex had a really good Blizzard World map. If I'm remembering this a while ago, maybe I'm misremembering it because it's very easy to project details onto Overwatch just because of how much time I have spent playing and watching it. But yeah, no, I think you're right. I think that it would be. I think picking King's Row is a little bit of a double-edged sword here, right? We've seen that CC Vortex has all kinds of weird little tricks and plays up their sleeve. And so I think that despite the comfort that Kings Row can offer, I think that you might also play into some wacky strats from CC Vortex. So bearing that in mind, we do get Blizzard World from Backseat Gaming.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it, and I'm thinking if you could get King's Row, it relies so much on the positioning of the supports and making sure that they can make the tanks be able to sustain the brawl that's happening. And I think that just might not happen. But being able to get the small high grounds and intricate map geometry on Blizzard World might be able to help them here.
I agree, and again, in the same way that we got to see a little bit on Hanamura, these different routes that Backseat were taking to these engagements. I think that that's another aspect of Blizzard World that will actually favor them coming into this matchup. Be sure, guys, that as we go into this map, cast your predictions for the outcome of this match. It's not match point yet. Remember that this series is first to 4, but this is really where things have to start swinging for Backseat Gaming. Do you think that they'll be able to emerge victorious on this map? Do you think that they'll maybe be able to draw it out, as that is possible here on our hybrid maps? Or do you just want to put all your channel points in on CC Vortex with the expectation that you will get plenty in return? Be sure to cast those predictions. And while we're going to Blizzard World, Dino Seal still on this Ana. No Brigitte here for Backseat Gaming. That's a little bit curious to me, actually.
Yeah, I think they're trying to play a little bit further into their comfort picks a little bit on this map. But I was realizing we've seen things, all the ultimates come out from Firm, but we haven't even seen any gravites or anything like that. I think if Ansov picks those up, he's been a little unnoticed through this map. I think
Yeah.
if he can start eating those, they might have a fighting chance.
Ooh, anticipating the close hold here. Backseat was prepared, but not Crotalus. He didn't get the memo, unfortunately. Mathlete is going to find them out with a pin, and Dino Seal with a fire strike. Ansel is going to get Dimacked, possibly killed here by a bloodthirsty TARDIS on the Brigitte, saying, "You are my elimination." No, actually. Looks like Ansel might be able to get out. He's looking to rebuild their mech there. Our next fight is actually just going to happen in this choke here. Mathlete holding a tentative position here, ready to back up, but also ready to go in. Presses shift, and with that, they're purpled and pinned by Livada, but the rest of CC Vortex is here to follow up. TARDIS might get caught out, but actually the one who's caught out here is Coevalent, picked out of the fight by Demonetized, evened up by Ansel's elimination onto Chance. But, I mean, the walk from spawn is long for both these squads. Bionade is going to land onto Backseat Gaming. With it, they're going to be sustained for a little while longer, looking for the elimination onto TARDIS, which they do find, but a quick Graviton Surge goes uneaten, like you mentioned, from Ansel. We have an attempt at a rematch kill, possibly, but Fern gets caught out by Coevalent instead. Nano Boost applied to Libada. The pin isn't going to connect, it's going to get booped out, but they do find Red Battle Axe out with a Fire Strike, and I think that this is going to result in a capture for first objective.
I think so too. Getting Mathlete there, they're arguably biggest playmaker of just getting those ring gauges is really important there. I honestly thought even after they got all those picks, just because I saw Mathlete coming back, this is very losable for them. But they're able to kill Mathlete with that nano invested onto Libada.
And that's really good, because as a rally comes out from TARDIS, we're already working with a man advantage here for Backseat Gaming. The Transcendence was coming out from Coevalent to try and save no team chat, and the bomb is going to be dropped by Ansel, finds Red Battle Axe. So again, man advantage here favors Backseat Gaming. They're going to use it to wipe up the team fight around this pavilion here and find Fern out as well. Crotalus coming in clutch with those two final blows there, and Chance is going to get... Oh, are they going to get staggered? Yeah, they're definitely going to get staggered there.
I'm honestly a little surprised there because they had an advantage, but not really, because Dino Seal was stuck on the cart around the corner, couldn't even heal, which is why no team chat went down early, because they only had Zen Lucio healing. but they were
Yeah.
still able to capitalize, and once Dynasty got into the fight, they pretty much secured the fight win.
Gonna have to be careful of another quick grab from Demonetize, but not if they go down to Libada. Libada landing the Shatter, finding two actually. Chance goes down, drops the beat, but not in time to save Mathlete. Look at this forward momentum that Backseat has going into this objective. They got a relatively quick first point capture. Oh, help Coevalent. Don't let them die to Fern in the backlines. Fern gets demeched finally. Yes, that's good. Coevalent gets them out, says this is what you get for trying to pick on me, a lowly Zenyatta player who will show you his play, show you your place and humble you with a little bit of a Discord orb and some damage. Mathlete, I don't think that we're going to see a contest from them, but Red Battle Axe pops the Transcendence. They get trapped in the grab, though! No team chat lobs it out and traps them, keeping them from a recontest. And the Nano Boost applied to Libada is going to encourage another push, and another Shatter comes out. But look at the bomb!
Oh,
no. Fern finds out an over-aggressive Backseat, riding on the high of the momentum that they were able to establish. But that momentum isn't gone yet. They've been slowed down. But do you think that they're going to get stymied as they try to work their way around the latter corners of Blizzard World?
I don't know, I'm a lot more hopeful than the other maps. That's way more momentum than they've gotten at their highest of both previous maps. And we talked about 2CP being snowbally. They just got 2 points off of one fight.
They might be able to make something work out of that grab. And Demonetize did get Ansel, but Ansel finds Mathlete from the grave with the bomb. Tardis finds the Libada, and so without the point presence, Demonetize is going to be free to just kind of rain damage and start building up that next grab. They do get Coevalent out as well, so this is going to be a reset here from Backseat Gaming. What we don't want here is for Backseat Gaming to get stymied and really stonewalled here, which might happen as Libada goes in pell-mell and gets punished for it.
He was so close to getting demonetized off the map there. That would have been huge, especially as he's only 15 away from Grav.
Yeah, and like you said, going to be looking on Ansel to eat that, but that might be pretty easy since Ansel is only 15% to the bomb. You know, they're not really looking for angles to throw their ultimate. They're really just going to be looking to eat the ultimates that are coming out from CC Vortex, of which there is a lot. The first of which is going to come out from the rally, and they don't eat the grab. Ansel isn't able to mitigate, Demonetize, lobbing the ult into the middle of the Backseat squad, but the Nano might be there to compensate. Bomb drops from Fern, doesn't find anything. Shatters from both sides, is going to hit a lot of people on their backs, but Coevalent is the only one who's going to die. Oh, Demonetize finding Libada as well, and I think that this might be another fight win for CC Vortex.
Yeah, I think one of the great things that Demonetize has, like the synergy with his team, is that they get him out if he's high charge. He doesn't die. We've seen no team chat die a whole lot. He has tried to save his charge as best he can, but he doesn't have the team to back him up to make sure he gets out with that charge, so we can get high charge early on and, you know, get those picks just like Demonetize did. It's really turned the fight, for sure.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Demonetize lethality and ability to build these grabs so quick, and also just the things that Zarya offers makes Demonetize one of the highest priority targets in this squad, especially since they're playing in this mid line. They're not only dealing damage to the front, they're also protecting the back. Now the damage mitigation is going to suffer here. Demonetize ends up getting caught out from the off angle of the shield from Ansel's bomb. That's huge, but the Shatter is there and it goes unblocked by Mathlete, but the Coevalent Transcendence was quick enough to find them out. Chance is looking for an environmental elimination. They won't be able to find it. They might end up getting punished as well. Libada going crazy in the front. Finds the DMAC onto Fern and the Fire Strike onto Tardis. They kill Fern, and next is Demonetize. But a solo grab onto an overzealous no team chat, but the team is there. Backseat Gaming, like you said, kind of helping them out and saving that energy there. It's going to respond in kind with a Graviton Surge that traps more than just the one enemy Zarya, and with that, Libada is clear to go for the Shatter. Look at the kill feed lighting up in the favor of Backseat Gaming while we have one lonely Dino Seal on the cart. Maybe not so lonely since the team is now coming back, preparing for what is potentially last fight. 1 minute, 12 seconds in the time bank, and really, CC Vortex only needs to win this fight or just get them down to less than a minute. They're going to use the beat and the rally in order to help them do so, but Demonetize is... Oh, they were microwaving Coevalent, but Coevalent actually finds them out as well. So now without the damage mitigation and the damage itself, CC Vortex is going to suffer, and the Transcendence from Coevalent is actually going to be there. A counter trans as well, but the purple is bigger. Fern with 2 more remake kills to be able to swing this. And yeah, the point presence, it instantly flips off the back of that remake kill in the favor of CC Vortex. Now we're going into true last fight territory. What is that now, 6?
It's somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Just the
Ooh,
clutch factor from Fern
yeah.
is so immense.
I mean, here we've been looking at demonetize just the rock, the center of a mass for CC Vortex, consistent and true. And then there's Fern coming in clutch with 2 remake kills. There's another shatter, actually, this time blocked by Libata. Absolutely huge for that ult to be expended. And after Libata finds Mathlete in with the charge, they're going to follow up with a shatter. Libata goes down, though. Unfortunately, there's no follow-up, no healing to be spared for the main tank of Backseat Gaming. Mathlete ends up collapsing as well, and the Nano Boost has to go onto someone. It's going to go onto no team chat, but they're going to get trapped by the Graviton Surge from Demonetize. They're so close to that grab themselves, though. Demonetize, despite finding 2, is going to get caught in the grab from no team chat. Overtime Wick is ticking down, and there's only 2 members remaining here for Backseat Gaming. Maybe they should have waited for the remake kill. Ansel is alone on the objective, and the Transcendent from Red Battle Axe, as well as the beat, is going to drop, and that's going to be it. CC Vortex, with mere meters, maybe less remaining, is going to be able to hold the 3rd point of Blizzard World.
That was a pretty crazy hold.
Yeah, that was a
I mean,
crazy push.
you see the tank line of CC Vortex just cover every single play style. Demonetized is just he's playing the long game. He's there just to, you know, get that damage in, get the kills in the end, and play that long game. Mathlete's in there just going for the aggressive plays, and then Fern's just that one memer that's like, hey guys, I'm gonna remake on him and see what happens. And he's just getting these picks on the supports, and they can just easily clutch it up.
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. Just endless, boundless praise here from all of us watching CC Vortex play really, really well. Certainly not perfectly in context of the Goats comp. There's definitely a little bit of memeing happening, like you said, on the side of Fern with these remet kills. That is up to 6 now, I believe. And chat, if I'm wrong, be sure to correct me. But again, Backseat Gaming put on a really good showing of the attack. Now, we've seen them have these good attacks, right? On Li Zhang, we saw them control the objective on both rounds for a short period of time. On Hanamura, they had a good first point take and then just kind of got stymied from there. And
Oh,
oh,
looks like
we
we have a
have a
pause.
yep, there we go. Um, so um, so going into this defense for Backseat Gaming, really my question is are they for lack of a better or less concise way of saying it, are they going to get rolled?
I think it's a very, I think it's very possible. It's not very. Oh, it looks like Ansel has left the game. Probably
Maybe,
disconnected.
yeah, maybe suffering from some ping issues that they're looking to resolve in the downtime between rounds. Is quite possible. Um, I think that I think that Backseat Gaming is actually making the lack of a Brigida in their composition. I think that they're actually making it work pretty well for them. Coevalent with the coevalent with the transcendences. I keep wanting to say coalescence, and then I have to remind myself that there's no more being played here. Um, Coevalent, there I go again, with the transcendences have been really good. Like you said, they're mirroring the picks between themselves and Libata with Red Battle Axe and Mathlete. I'm seeing similar calibers of aggression from honestly both these teams. Really, I think that for CC Vortex, it's just I think that the way that we're stacking our support ultimates on the side of the team that really is leading this series by a pretty good margin. I think it's just a little bit cleaner than that of Backseat Gaming. But um, but I think really we just need to see more consistency from no team chat. Do you think that that would be correct?
I I think a little bit more consistency from no team chat, but also a lot more enabling to get him back and keep that charge. Um, as well as just getting more healing output. It's not looking like much is coming out for the side of backseat.
Yeah, and I think that sorry, I'm I'm just looking to evaluate what the situation is here. We'll probably have Anselva reconnecting here momentarily. They were offering to restart, but it looks like we're not going to restart the match, or at least the round here. We'll just end up waiting zero point 0.1 seconds before teams engage with each other, and it's going to be a quick engagement. Um, Particularly between this Crotalus and Chance. Chance has gotten pretty greedy a couple of times, and they've gotten punished for it. But I think that here we go. We'll be unpausing now. Uh, but I think that, like you said, the way that CC Vortex is able to enable each other to kind of get out of bad situations, I think that the same is here for, or I think that that's really what's coming in clutch, despite Chance's kind of persistent feeding, if you will.
Yeah. It's looking like okay. Looks like both teams are ready now.
Yeah.
Waiting for that diva to come back.
Yeah.
Very classy from CC Vortex, but they're just gonna murder them anyways.
They're gonna just roll through. No team chat is the first blood, and Dino Seal's found out by a melee finish from Fern, who again delivers consistent, reliable damage. Eventually, it's only Coevalent remaining, and no team chat just kind of shaking their heads behind their monitor, saying, "Well, that went south really quickly there." A quick first take, not too different from Backseat Gaming's time bank here, starting on this next attack. But are we gonna see the same kind of staggers? Yeah, no team chat was a little too far forward, and Mathlete brings the hammer down onto the heads of Backseat Gaming, the ones who weren't protected by a shield, and they're going to be sent on the run, taken out by Tardis and Fern. And the aggressive push here from Mathlete, they're going to push all the way into the defender spawn, and they're going to stagger poor Ansel, who's going to finally be found with the 50 damage that the radius around the pin does. No team chat needs to not die here. There's the Graviton Surge coming from Demonetize, and off it, a charge as well from Mathlete. The counter shatter is going to be blocked, though. It was going for Tardis, who's anti, but procs the rally, so is able to build the armor HP. Dino Seal gets caught out in the backlines. Mathlete is going ham. It was looking for that elimination onto no team chat, but no team chat was close enough to spawn that they could get away. Mathlete will settle instead for Coevalent, and this is crazy. This is chaos. This is like watching the Wrecking Ball Diva compositions that are popular right now. And all of these individual engagements being taken by the forces of CC Vortex, while you've got one person on the cart, Red Battle Axe, not quite able to get that Transcendence, but definitely able to get that objective progress. One last opportunity to touch here, and it's going to be thwarted by the shatter from Mathlete. How many was that? 4 on their backs, and Dino Seal will expend the nano trying to salvage it, and Libata will find the shatter and the fire strike under Chance, but it's not really going to amount to any substantial value.
Yeah, I did also just realize that before those fights, Mathlete's standing there. He doesn't even have his shield up. I think that's also part of the reason why the supports are just getting their ults quicker. Especially like Chance with against Crotalus. Chance is on 50% to his second beat this round, I believe. Yeah. And Crotalus is 80 to his first. There's a huge difference there.
You're
just because he can be on heals in that pre-fight situation.
There's the Transcendence built in a timely manner from Red Battle Axe, and Fern now with 9 remake kills. 3 now onto the supports, and off the back of a team kill. Platypig, it's over. It's over here for Backseat Gaming on map 3.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 4-map series, but it was really done in one.
Now there's Tardis, goes down, shatter coming out from Libata, finds Mathlete with a fire strike, Coevalent saying no one dies here, procs the Transcendence, Demonetize, caught out by the pin. It looks like it's salvageable here for
I might have just cast a Curse CC Vortex there. Don't go after me, please. I'm very scared of you.
These 4K players with their 4K IQs and big old brains, Chances, maybe Chance a little bit lower, looking to see if there was a chance to kind of C9 that objective and get it moving. Ansel was going to drop the bomb to the mid lines and does find a demect Fern. Fern was definitely looking for that for another remake kill. They're up to 9 now. They're looking to make
at this point, why wouldn't you? It's almost guaranteed value. It's almost guaranteed value. There's no reason to really not.
Yeah, honestly, I thought that the Diva nerf, taking the remake kill radius from 3 meters to 2.5 was a nerf to Diva. No, they're just trying to nerf Fern. That's all it was. In
Yeah.
preparation for this match, the devs were like, we cannot let this man get away with this, but Fern is making it happen, and it can happen with the
Another
bombs
big
or the
ult.
remake kills. He finds the same 3 supports with the bomb, and the counter shatter from Mathlete is gonna knock the rest of the forces of Backseat Gaming on their backs. With that, now it's over. Now it's got to be over. You've got Coevalent on the Moira looking to touch, and the grab had come out from no team chat, but I don't know where it went. Demonetize has theirs coming into this fight, and Red Battle Axe with Rally Armor still has a Transcendence. There's no chance for Backseat Gaming to swing map 3. They're gonna have to do it in map 4.
I mean, I don't have the stats, but I would not be surprised if you checked him right now and told me that Fern just flooded deadlifted this entire series just with his ultimates. I would believe it. He's getting so many kills. At
Oh man.
Exhibit A.
That was a massive bomb, and it was there to punish the over-aggression that we saw from Backseat Gaming. Again, just going
51
in.
eliminations from
That's
Fern.
crazy.
Not
That's
just with
crazy.
the ultimates, but I think a fair amount of them were with an ultimate.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of them were with the ultimate or the remake kill. So we'll be going into map 4, and this is first to 4. This series can go the distance. We've seen so many good things from Backseat Gaming. Are any of the good things that we've seen, any of the corrections that we've named, are any of those going to be there for our potentially final map point here going into Escort?
Yeah, I don't know if it's enough. It's really not looking like it. CC Vortex is just on another plane of existence with everything they do.
They are. Oh
I
man.
mean, Chance, even when he's going off on his own, he's stalling the point for, I mean, 10 seconds, but he's doing it 5 lives in a row. That's 50 seconds off the clock for Backseat Gaming. What are they gonna do? Like, they just don't have the time bank. They don't have the ults. They don't have the coordination to be beating CC Vortex. And every single thing that each player on CC Vortex is doing is just getting value that is it's insane.
It's certainly difficult to match on the side of Backseat Gaming, and perhaps they have a strategy going into our again potentially last map, our last escort map, going to be Dorado here, which is interesting. Maybe we'll see kind of dive tanks, or maybe everyone is just going to be brawling it out on the low ground. Where you and I mentioned that Blizzard World has plenty of ways to kind of change the routes that these teams are taking to each of their engagements. Uh, I think that the same can be said of Dorado. But there we saw Backseat Gaming got kind of stymied because, unlike Hanamura, they really did just kind of take that main path over and over and over again, which wasn't necessarily a problem, but it's definitely a little bit different from the way that we've seen CC Vortex take some of these engagements, where they Mathlete ends up in the defender spawn for point B, and finds Dino Seal out before the next fight begins. So I'm curious to see what the advantages are here for Backseat going into Dorado.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be which Zarya can get the poke damage before the defender side drops down from that high ground up there. Which one gets the most damage, and then which team can keep up the heals once they drop down and just start having a brawl.
Just as you said that, it occurred to me, what if CC Vortex takes the first fight in front of the spawn gates for Backseat Gaming, as Backseat Gaming is going to be on the attack first?
I mean, at this point, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's
They,
the question, right? Why wouldn't they?
I mean, maybe Libada charges and gets one. The other 5 of them can still wipe the 6 of them.
Yeah,
They really need to get a good 3 picks before I'd really think that Backseat has that fight in the bag. And at that, it's still it. I mean, if they got their main playmakers on CC Vortex, who knows? At
it's
least
so
how it's gone so far.
Yeah, no, it has. I mean, 6 minutes in the time bank for Hanamura attack, point B for CC Vortex. I think an equal amount of time for after first point capture on Blizzard World, and then of course the just the very little time that CC Vortex from that bank expended to take all three objectives. Man, we've seen so many good things coming out from Backseat Gaming. Perhaps all of it culminates into our match point as we go into Dorado.
Yeah, I
So
think we
again,
might want to see if the support line will switch up a little bit on backseat, just see if they can get a little more output. Maybe going back to a Moira, or also bringing in a BAP, just getting that sustainability to be in these brawls and win when they're on the disadvantage 100% of the time.
that was something that was really popular about Rush Comp. Actually, is what you had the immortality field, especially on on control point maps. You had the teleporter or the turrets from Symmetra, the concussion mines from Junkrat, hate fighting through that spam damage. Perhaps like you mentioned, bringing in the Baptiste or anyone who has these kind of constructs like the immortality field, or well, I guess that's really the only one when you're locked to three tanks, three supports. But anything that can serve as an extension of the formation of the composition, they won't end up opting for that. Really, they'll just be going for the utility from Dinoseal's Ana. Looks like we do have Ansel on Sigma though instead of Diva.
That's interesting. I'm not exactly sure what more that will provide. Besides, oh, maybe shielding off their tanks so that they don't get as much heals. Kind of forcing their negative situation onto CC Vortex.
Maybe. It'll definitely help to thwart the amount of damage that Demonetize is able to do, as well as deliver that burst damage, which Chance ends up succumbing to. When you're fighting against Brig, that burst damage is really important. And Mathlete dropped the Shatter, but it wasn't able to connect to anything. Oh, Ansel's gonna have to watch out for Demonetized Zarya, though. That's still a good matchup against the Sigma. The Lays are able to just cut through that grasp with very little effort, and energy, a high energy Zarya will just melt a Sigma, even despite the regenerating shield HP, which Zarya has more of anyways. Another fight's gonna break out here. Looks like it's gonna go coast side. The boop comes in, doesn't secure anything though. Oh, and Fern is actually gonna get knocked off, as well as Chance. Microwave down by no team chat. Livada with the armed with the nano boost is gonna be looking for the pick onto Demonetize, get them out despite the high energy. Red Battle Axe saying, no, my tanks don't die when I'm playing Zen, and I have Transcendence, and they're able to move away from Livada's Shatter, able to get away out of the radius, and they punish Livada for going in, saying, no, come back here, I wanted the blood. And Demonetize off that will find another pick onto Crotalus, looking to position to compensate for it. Livada's aggression. They're gonna lob the grab and trap. No team chat. Who needs a sextuple grab when you can just grab the one Zarya playing for Backseat Gaming and slow them down entirely with it, especially when you're gonna build another one soon.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking really rough. Mathlete just building his shadows really quickly too is a very determinant factor.
And look at Fern here. Ooh, almost gets demeched there. Definitely loses that armor HP and has to use the Harmony. Shadow comes out from Mathlete. The beat is there to prevent damage. Follow up onto the grab from no team chat. And Blue lights up the kill feed. The defenders hold fast as the cart has not even rounded this second corner.
Looking at the ults, it looks like Backseat should have a pretty good advantage going into this next fight, given that they have pretty much almost four ults, and CC Vortex has 2. But now that I say that, Zar's already built up a whole lot of charge for her next grab.
Yeah, and Fern finds the 10th double-digit remet kills here for Fern, and they're gonna be able to find more possibly off the damage that they were able to do on the grab there from Demonetize. Shadow's gonna come down from Livada, but it's not going to attain any value besides an elimination on TARDIS, who might honestly end up getting ferried back by Chance. I actually speak too soon. Chance is gonna be looking to take a 1v1 with someone. TARDIS says, I hate my team because they went unprotected after Livada went crazy with the Shatter. like you said, Backseat Gaming definitely has a little bit of an advantage here. Nano's going to go onto Libata, purple onto Mathlete. The Shatter comes through from Mathlete. He's going to knock Dino Seal down, but no team chat is lighting up the kill feed here, doing the damage, and Ansel used the Gravitic Flux to get onto the high ground and took a fight against Demonetize. Graviton Surge going to trap TARDIS again, going to get staggered. That sucks. It's kind of not easy being TARDIS, but Fern is still in the back lines here. They're eventually going to have to peel out, though. They're
No one's
cut
pushing
off
the
with
cart.
Demonetized.
Okay. They went back to the cart there. No one was pushing the cart for a little bit after Fern left, and that I was a little worried.
Yeah, a little bit, especially now that, I mean, we're running on overtime. And they abandoned the cart again. They're going to have to touch in 10 seconds, but they might not be able to. They're all in front, and Mathlete goes down, so that's a good pick. Blood on the side of CC Vortex, but also now on the side of Backseat Gaming. Coevalent falls, and the bomb is going to come out from Fern. It finds Dino Seal, and there goes Corliss as well. There's no healing on the objective, and Fern finds an 11th kill. Ansel goes down to the remake, the 11th life snuffed out by the pinching grasp between the remake kill, or the remake and the ground beneath them. In the Overwatch community, we call that unlucky. That's
You know, I'm starting to think Fern might have been the one who killed the dinosaurs. Like, not an asteroid, he was just remaking on them.
it's just one
Each
big remake
individual
kill.
one.
Entire species, civilizations obliterated, just facing ruination at the hands of Fern. We already mentioned that that's what the devs were looking to balance. They're looking to balance out Fern, and and the amount of remake kills that they've been able to do, just absolutely exhausting effort here for Backseat Gaming to play around. The moment they have an advantage, they just are immediately countered. And a lot of these fights, like we've observed, they start with a man advantage, and they end up losing it still afterwards. And that's not necessarily as much that they're doing wrong as much as it is just CC Vortex doing it right.
I mean, I think it might not even be big mistakes coming out. It's just the small little, like, you moved a pixel too far, and they're amping speed on you, and Discord's on you, and you're dead. Just, they're so good at just executing on what their win condition is.
And especially in the higher elo games that the members of CC Vortex are used to playing in, you know, those slight mistakes are punished in a big way, as no team chat is learning, getting caught out by Fern. Mathlete does get pinned by Libata, but really, it's all CC Vortex here lighting up the kill feed. Ansel's been demeched, Crotalus, Coevalent all go down. Ultimately, no team chat is the first one respawning. It wasn't quite a team kill, but it was a team kill there for CC Vortex.
Yeah, Fern's taking a lot of space, and he doesn't even take much damage. He's just able to get out.
Yeah, not losing that armor HP, which is so important when playing D.Va. Man, I would never get away with that in my games. And now Backseat Gaming has to fight this last fight without Crotalus, without Libata. It's over.
They might
for
C9.
Backseat Gaming. They're not going to be able to touch, and the car rounds the corner, and that is it for the first round of the semifinals between CC Vortex and Backseat Gaming. The victory is going to go to CC Vortex, playing consistent, playing clean, playing creative as well, and they're going to be heading on to the finals.
Yeah, I mean, you could see how good the tank line is on Backseat Gaming, but CC Vortex just has their number. They have the support behind them to just ruin them. And Fern had 78% kill participation.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And you know that some of that was the bomb, some of it was the remake, and the rest of it was just all the damage that
there were some melee kills in there too, I was noticing. He just knows his kit.
I mean, it's just absolutely insane stuff that we got to see, honestly, from both teams. Again, Backseat Gaming just playing honestly playing the pinnacle of a reasonable response to the way that CC Vortex was playing. Ultimately, it's not going to end up working out for them, and again, victory will be attained by our resident undefeated team, CC Vortex, favored going into this match and every match remaining in the tournament, which is really only going to be the finals match, which they've now advanced to. I mean, CC Vortex has done a lot of things. The one thing they've yet to do is to prove me wrong, that they know how to play Overwatch and that they know how to convert their knowledge of Overwatch into playing a wacky comp like the Goats comp. So now you guys should be able to see it coming up. Our MVP poll for CC Vortex. If you guys miss it, then definitely be sure to vote as well for MVP for Backseat Gaming, as well as MSP for CC Vortex. Which I mean, I just I have no authority to talk about who MSP for CC Vortex is. But before we get to that, just some really standout players. Mathlete, of course, on the Reinhardt, demonetized Infern, Red Battle Axe. Chance had some good moments, but some of those good moments were obscured by the times that he fed, which, like you said, ultimately got good value as far as the stalls and the staggers go. And of course, Tardis with the Brig suffered a little bit at the hands of Libata in that last match, but still coming in consistent. It's hard to pick one who did yeah, who did you know amazingly in this matchup, but honestly, between you and me, Platypig, I think it's Fern. I
Yeah,
think it's going Fern.
I think it's gotta be Ferd. Maybe he's got some help from Mathlete just calculating, okay, my melee does this damage and each bullet of my main primary fire does this so I can do this, but he's just getting every kill. He's turning these fights, and yeah, he's the MVP.
Yeah. So I mean, only a few seconds left now in the poll, but definitely listen to us. Vote MVP for Fern because that's 11 remat kills that they were able to secure. Some fun stuff to watch. So we'll be able to pull whoever ends up getting that accolation into the booth here for a short interview after the match. While we wait for that, let's get Backseat Gaming MVP vote should be going up here shortly as well. Again, standout players. All of them did really well. You mentioned Coevalent in particular with the Zenyatta matching the Transcendence, Libata, of course, being more than a match for Mathlete, Ansel being as consistent as they were able to be on the Diva, as well as when they swapped on a Sig, opting for a little bit of creativity, a little bit of unique problem solving there, and the consistency as far as the anti-nades and the nano boost that we saw from Dinosaur was also really refreshing. Crotalus suffered a little bit, but they also had a lot that they were responsible for at the same time, and I think that they bore that well.
Yeah, I think if you're talking MVP, I think it's got to be the people who are matching CC Vortex, which are pretty much Libata and Coevalent. They were there. They showed up, but ultimately they just couldn't get everyone to rally behind them and, I mean, counter CC Vortex.
Yeah, not entirely. Again, there were some good standout moments, but not they weren't able to do it uh, as consistently as CC Vortex was able to really hand the team fight really to themselves. Again, MSP for CC Vortex. It's basically going to be anyone who didn't get the MVP vote, which did go to Fern. You guys loved the remat kills, hopefully as much as us in the booth did. So we'll be bringing Fern in here for an interview here briefly. We'll make sure that that our count was correct with them. I'm sure that they might have been keeping track of those as well. But MSP votes should be going live here shortly. Be sure to cast your vote, see who you'd like to see in the booth for a brief interview. In the meantime, we've got Fern in the booth. Fern, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Had myself a pretty good match.
Yeah, definitely. A pretty fun one, certainly. From the looks of us, from the looks of it, here in the booth, we were just kind of doubling over at the remet kills. I counted 11. Is that also what you counted?
Oh, I wasn't counting. I counted my last match though. In the last stream match, I got 8, so I think that's my new record.
Ooh, okay, yeah, yeah. 11 is definitely your new record. And and even if CC Vortex didn't set records in terms of time bank or whatever, you definitely contest anyone who has remet kills with the amount that you got tonight. Um, so that was really exciting. That was really fun to see. Are you a Diva player? Do you main Diva?
No, I'm a flex DPS player. I play Tracer, Hanzo, Echo. I just play Diva for this tournament because I didn't want to play Brig because Brig is sleeper. So I'm kind of learning as I go. Like I don't know. I'm mad that teams are playing Ana because it exploits the fact that I don't play Diva and I don't know how to eat nades.
Yeah, Dinosaur may be figuring out a little bit of a crack in the strategy, which ultimately didn't get exploited too hard. So you can at least feel a little bit better about that, especially again with all those remet kills and the the kill participation. All of it was really exciting to watch. Um, so definitely congratulations on your win tonight. Congratulations on your MVP and I think Platypig, you've got a couple of questions as well.
Yeah. First question: what is the opening that you're looking for when you're doing these ults? Because I
Um,
mean, you're just constantly getting value.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just press Q on cooldown. I walk into the enemy team, I press Q, I hope I don't get stunned. There isn't really a thought process behind it. Except for actually no, we had one set play. It wasn't a set play, but I called okay, I'm gonna go around to high ground. It was on Blizzard World. I said okay, I'm gonna go around to high ground. You grab, I see, or Matim, and so he grabbed, and then I jumped in and remixed on top, and we killed three. That was a set play, but everything else was just
Oh
kind of
yeah.
me running in doing whatever.
Just kind of yeeting it out there,
Yeah,
like most good diva players will do for sure.
yeah.
And then my second question is on on Hanamura. That's the map. Uh, who was the one who called that split play? Because that was really really smart and just showed like just the brain power behind CC Vortex.
Oh, that was Chance. He said, I can't remember what he said, but he was the one that called that play. He said, "Okay, we all cross a bridge," and then half our team was like, "Wait, we can't cross bridge." And he said, "Okay, then go main." So we just kind of ended up with a weird split play, and I think we caught them really off guard at that. I kind of understand how it worked, but not really. It was kind of a stupid play.
Yeah, I mean it just pressured the C9, I think, and then just panic.
Yeah, because I think they all panicked when they saw half of us at the front, half of us in the back. I was able to catch their Zen, who was just kind of standing staring at me from back main.
Yeah, especially when you've only got you've got to full hold the objective, 6 minutes on the time bank, and you're anticipating a full team coming at you, especially since both teams are playing goats comp, right? So I mean, yeah, that it definitely caught Backseat Gaming a little off guard, and um, again, when you don't have the luxury of time or the observations that were made leading up to that, you're on the ropes, and it's hard to come up with a good counter attack, much less a good defense against it. So uh, again, really fun Diva gameplay that we got to watch tonight. Congratulations on your victory. You will be going against the winner of the next finals match, which let me look. That's going to be between Prospect Solo Academy and the Bench. Is there any one of these two particular teams that you would like to play against?
I'd like to get to play against Prospect Solo Academy again.
Okay.
That was a pretty fun match, and that was the one not win we had the whole season. We drew Paris against them, and we're looking to take that back in 3-0 instead of 3-0 won them. Or I guess we'd 4-0 because playoffs, but
Yeah, yeah.
we want to have a perfect match against them. We just kind of we got caught lacking on Paris.
Hey, yeah, that was a weird map anyways. I'm excited to see that matchup. That is also the team that I would like to see you guys play. So we'll have to see if the cards end up land on the table like that. In the meantime, revel in the victory this evening. You guys could progress to no one's surprise, really, further into the playoffs, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing the final match. Congratulations again on your victory and the accolade of MVP of tonight's series. Fern, thank you for stopping by.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me.
And then for MVP of Backseat Gaming, it looks like we got Libata and No Team Chat. We're both nominated as MVP for Backseat Gaming. So we got both of them in here, right?
Yeah, 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 I'm in here.
Welcome, welcome. Uh, really difficult match that you guys had against CC Vortex. Just a really just challenging matchup as it is. But some really, really good moments. Did you guys come into this series anticipating or with the plans to take a map or take the series from CC Vortex?
Not really.
Yes, and the first time we went against them during regular weeks, it wasn't even close. So we're pretty satisfied today. We pushed through first point, second point, almost capped third point on a few maps. We had a little bit of a roster change because one of I think yeah one of our player got COVID, so the synergy was definitely not there. But a few player did show their moments. I'm surprised we got MVP because our other player got almost every anti Naden, and our
Mhm.
Lucio was always right next to the Reinhardt keeping up. Yeah, so I'm surprised I got MVP for it.
Yeah, I am too. Actually, a little bit. Not to say that the tank gameplay we saw tonight was really good. A good matchup against Mathlete and Demonetize Ryan and Zarya combo. Um, uh, but it was so hard to pick MVP for Backseat Gaming, a team, a squad that I feel, despite the setbacks that you guys faced, both in the matchup against CC Vortex and the roster change, the substitutions that kind of had to be made last minute. Despite all those setbacks, it felt to me like everyone performed really well. So even if you guys didn't take a map away from CC Vortex, I actually concur completely with you that tonight was a match that I would definitely be satisfied with. You know, things never go according to plan, right? So you can't really plan for all this stuff. So you might as well take what you can get, and you guys took it. You guys took it really well tonight. So very well played. Platypig, to you, sir. Your questions.
So my first question is there was a lot of back and forth on each map. So I'm wondering, which map did you guys have the most confidence in, like during the round, thinking like, okay, this is very winnable. We got this. We can beat them.
Probably probably Blizzard World. Because we practice that like a lot, even in 2-2. So yeah, definitely Blizzard World. Because we're better more like on a map where it's like long range, but there's like a couple high grounds. Like we're not as good at close quarter and getting exposed. So yeah, just more practice. That's all we need.
Okay, then my next question is, what do you think was the real difference maker in why CC Vortex was able to get the win over you guys?
uh, they have a very solid support line. Their support line never really dies. Our support line always gets bombed first or get remeked on.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. Um, to be honest, I didn't think I was gonna be able to match Mathley on Rhine, but I recently paid Ben Retired to get some coaching. So yeah, I was able to like get him a few couple times. So I'm pretty happy with that.
That matchup was a particularly fun one to watch. That training definitely paid off. Because honestly, if I had to pick a Rhine in this matchup that I really much preferred watching, I mean it's a tough contest, but Libata, yours comes up as the victor in that one. I was actually totally caught off guard going into this thinking there might be a little bit of MTD, but it really if there was, it did not rear its ugly head. The difference between your Rhine and Mathletes. Um, so uh, uh, so so yeah, I definitely enjoyed watching the Ryan gameplay. Um, you guys are now out of the Goats tournament. It's over at least for now for Backseat Gaming. Can we look forward to seeing more of Backseat Gaming in Prospect Esports Showdown regular season?
Yeah, definitely you'll see us. Because our high school team will be competing. We did compete, I think, in season 2, but season 3, I think we didn't do too well. We took a break, and there's a team between varsity and JV. So last time it was more of JV. and they didn't do too well. So this time it'll be our full roster from varsity competing.
That's
I don't
great.
know. I don't know which division. I think it's intermediate or upper. But yeah.
Okay. That'll be really exciting. Yeah. So for those of you who are watching tonight who liked the hype that was generated behind the really stellar performance of Backseat Gaming, definitely hit Prospect Esports Showdown Twitch up with a follow so that you guys can get notified of when we not only for the last remainder of the Goats tournament, but also whenever we embark on the regular season for as well. Definitely looking forward to the things Backseat Gaming has. Again, tough matchup that you guys had tonight, Libata and oh goodness, and no team chat. But very well played. Congratulations on your statuses as the MVPs of tonight's match for Backseat Gaming. Really good performance, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing more of Backseat in the next couple of months.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having us, and I really appreciate you guys coming out here to cast and stream for us. I believe we still have a chance next week for the third place title against the bench. So yeah,
Yes.
maybe you'll be casting that match for us too.
That would be a lot of fun. I would. Oh, that's a matchup that if I miss out on, I would be so sad. So, and again to all of our viewers as well, that's definitely a matchup that you guys don't want to miss. So yeah, very much looking forward to seeing how you guys do as the season begins to end. And again, thanks for stopping by tonight. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. No problem. Have a nice night.
Of course.
Yeah.
Finally, guys, a little ironic considering the his past MVP accolades in the past. Tonight we have MSP for CC Vortex, Mathlete. Mathlete,
Oh,
how's it feel to be the worst player on CC Vortex tonight?
I mean, I cannot try to. Like, I
Ah,
tried
did
to.
you? Okay.
I don't know. I couldn't do worse. I think I actually tried to throw like at my best. Like, we wanted to play on the second point of Anamura, so yeah, I did some. I don't know. Tactical feeding. So yeah,
Yep. Huh.
Was a good match.
Yeah, it was. It was a really exciting one. And your Reinhardt, again, comes as no surprise to all of us who were able to watch. It was very exciting to watch as always. So definitely maybe doing a little bit of trolling there. I know one of the particular shatters you kind of spun around a little bit before it landed. A little bit of a roulette to see who you were able to stun. But would you concur with the audience tonight that Fern was certainly the MVP, or would you have nominated another player on your team?
I mean, Fern was good. He actually popped off. I'm kind of proud. That's the first time that he did great. So no, I'm not sad about that. Good job, Fern. You did something on Diva. But he didn't eat Nate, so I died so many times because of him. So yeah, he could deserve actually MSP too. So I don't know. It's either MVP or MSP. It's up to you actually at this point.
Okay. Now, where Fern wasn't there to eat the nades, Red Battle Axe was definitely there to help maybe mitigate some of that damage, and the synergy that CC Vortex as a whole displays is always a refreshing one to see. And just for the sake of reminder, Mathlete, remind us, you play with these guys on a regular basis, or is it really just kind of we come together for the Goats comp, and is that it?
We did OD together like last week.
Okay, that's
And
right.
yeah, we're playing together as a team, like we're screaming and things like that. So yeah, we know each other.
Your strengths and weaknesses, your play styles, and that's why the observation was made tonight by me and Platypig that whoever walked out and tried to make a play or overextended, made a mistake that needed to be compensated for. The compensations were there. So again, just the team as a whole displaying great synergy tonight was really awesome. And then Platypig has a couple of questions for you as well.
Yeah, so I'm curious. We've seen both um, a lot of the difference being made just by the individual level of all of you, all being pretty high rank, especially comparatively to Backseat, just in normal 2-2-2 ladder. But I know that doesn't always translate to 2-2-2. But we've also seen a lot of your synergy and just like your brain and like working together be what has carried you. Which do you think is the better of the two?
I don't I don't really know. Like I feel like we played like so much like on our own game. Like nobody played like as a team on this game on this match actually. That I don't really know. Like that was fun. Like we're making joke, but we didn't really try to play like as a team. So we really just play our individual skills, and I mean we won because of that. I believe.
Okay. I think that's all the questions I got.
Well, I mean, there's really not much to ask. Really, only a lot to observe from CC Vortex. Mathlete, as always, you play really, really well tonight. I think just a little bit of trolling, as well as the team rallying around you, who've been MSP, I think, or MVP several times now, saying let's give him MSP for changes, including yourself as well.
Thank you.
For CC Vortex, you guys will be advancing to the finals. I know that it was mentioned by Fern that you guys would love to play against Prospect Solo Academy and make it a solid 4-0 again. Do you share that sentiment?
Yeah, I think that won't be like really hard. I mean, that they are better than the other teams, so we cannot like throw like on this match. But that's, I mean, it's the only like game that we can feels the real goats. Like we're all playing like to our maximum and try to win. So yeah, I will be happy to play against like Prospect. So
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll have to see if Prospect Solo Academy or the bench ends up coming out on top. I believe their match is going to be broadcasted this Friday. So for those of you who do not want to miss out on that, again, hit the channel up with a follow. You'll get notified on Friday whenever that match goes live, and we'll be able to figure out who exactly will be from that matchup advancing to the finals. Of course, you guys can expect and be happy to see Mathlete make a grand return in the finals. Definitely pop off, which even for the trolling you did tonight, Mathlete will still be just as much as you did tonight, maybe even a little bit more if we're lucky. And
Don't worry.
a lot more. All right. Um, so in Prospect Solo Academy's last game, which I did have the pleasure of casting, I think it was against the Peach Maris. I told them, I said, look, like I need you guys to advance to the playoffs, and then more importantly, I need you guys to take a map from CC Vortex. So you guys have been my favorites, definitely my favorite matchups in all of your games. But where you and Fern say we're ready to 4-0 them, wipe the slate clean, say that we just absolutely dominated them like we have all the other matchups we've had. I want to see Prospect Solo Academy fight back a little bit. So just know that when you guys take to the final stage, I'll even be playing against you guys a little bit as well. But
Yeah,
I don't know if that
hopefully.
matters too much. I'm not very good at the game.
I am curious, Mathlete. Who do you think is the biggest threat to you guys losing a map on Prospect Solo Academy?
I don't know. Because I don't think we're gonna lose a map. So, uh,
You
well,
know, yeah. You're not gonna lose. So
yeah.
there's no worry to be had there
Dang,
in a
almost
bad
fell into
match.
my trap.
Don't worry, we won't lose a single one.
Well, thank you for swinging by, Mathlete.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
on your victory tonight, and as well on your MSP status. Revel in this while you can. The next match, you guys will be playing next week, and we will all be very eager to see how it concludes.
Yes, thank you. Have a good night.
You too, Mathlete. Thank you so much. And for all of those who are watching, thank you as well for tuning in. Yeah, we don't do MSP for losing team. There's no reason to highlight the worst mistakes made by an individual player. More importantly, for Backseat Gaming, there is no MSP. They put up an incredible fight tonight against CC Vortex. Just an absolute brawl, an absolute monster of a team. So yeah, even if we did do MSP for a loser for losing teams, we could not in good conscience pick one for Backseat Gaming. Again, very well played to them. Congratulations to CC4. Vortex on there. Yet another consistent victory, and you guys can look forward to seeing them in the finals. Again, tune in on Friday at 7 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. MST, 9 p.m. CST, 10 p.m. EST to watch the Prospect Solo Academy versus the bench match. That one should be a little bit less one-sided, I think. There's a good chance that both teams will really play super hard for their chance at making it into the finals. And in the number 2 seed, as we all are certain that that CC Vortex will take number 1. Am I the only one, Platypig, who thinks that?
No, I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but that doesn't mean that the matches themselves are not going to be exciting. So you guys definitely going to want to follow and then tune in for those games. For all of you who are watching, again, thank you for you guys. I have been Lord Thief and joined in the booth with someone who actually you haven't casted for Prospect Esports before, have you, Platypig?
No, I have not. No.
Okay. Well, yeah, thank you so much for joining me in the booth tonight. It was an absolute pleasure to watch and commentate the games with you. Chat, show some love for Platypig tonight, joining us in the booth for the first time here for Prospects Esports Showdown. And Platypig, can we find you on Twitch, Twitter, anywhere?
Uh, Not currently, but maybe someday soon.
Someday soon. So keep you guys selves appraised. You guys can certainly see a little bit more of Platypig, whether they are playing or casting. You guys can find me over on Twitter at Lord Thethan. That's TheThathan, or on twitch.tv/ubuffalo esports, going live for Overwatch casting once the next semester goes underway. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys have a great rest of the evening.